life. For those that are watching, this is a live recorded video. Those that will be rewatching this video, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, that notification bell to let you know that another great video is on to give you life. Leave a comment in the comment section below letting me know how you all are enjoying these wonderful video sessions of the different color shades. And you know your girl is on for show. All right. So here we are with another one. And in this video session, I'm going to show you how to make electric pink. There are several different shades of pink, and I have noticed and I have been a witness myself many times on trying to achieve a solid pink or soft pink or that hot rod pink. And a lot of times I used to get a bunch of different pinks just to try to get that particular color. Well, I'm here to tell you the color that you choose, it's all within the technique and the method that you use to achieve that particular color. You can use, as y'all seen in some of my previous videos, that you can use one brand of color and achieve 3 different type of colors out of that particular color brand. So it really varies, and I'm gonna talk more about that in this session, but I'm gonna get started right into the video. So what I'm going to be using is actually the Electric Pink by AMERICOLor. And these are the other pinks that I do have, which is the Rose Pink by CHEFMASTERS and the Baker's Rose Pink by CHEFMASTERS. So that's why I wanted to let you all know. There's so many different shades of pink and by different brands. Whatever brand that you do have, long as it's a liquid gel coloring, you can use it. All right. So I'm just here to show you, give you a technique and method that you can use to achieve this particular color. All right. So first off, I'm going to show how I insert the apple stick. This apple stick is a stick that will allow the paper straws to go over. In my previous videos, someone asked, could I show actually how to put the sticks in? Which they're in several of my videos. But you insert your apple. Okay, I usually do upright. You can do upside down, but make sure when you insert your apple, it's on a firm surface and you just don't go all the way through. So you pierce in. Once it pierces in and you hear it go in, then that's good. Don't try to push it in all the way because you still have to put in your paper straw. So when you do put in your paper straw, your stick still moves a little bit. So just be mindful not to pull it all the way in, because if you do, you're going to pierce it straight through the bottom. All right. So holding your apple, taking your thumb or a little mallet if you choose to do so, use that. Just pierce it right in. Okay. Shake it a little bit to make sure it's not going to move anywhere. Check the bottom to make sure the bottom is not pierced, and you're good to go. Okay. And that's how you apply the stick and the straw to your apple. For a cleaning process, please go to my videos and you will see the full cleaning process of how I clean my apples. So let's get started in mixture. Here I already have in my pot, and I'm using 3/4 cups of water, and I'm gonna touch on that as well. And adding in 2 cups of sugar, granulated sugar, and the light corn syrup. I'm using a 1/2 cup. Excuse me. So this recipe calls for 2 cups of sugar, a 1/2 cup of light corn syrup, and 3/4 cup of water. And I'm going to explain to you why I'm using this once again. All right. So we're going to get all our ingredients combined in our pot. This pot that I am using is a stainless steel pot, and it is designed for this particular cookware, which is the induction cooktop. This particular pot, you can use it on your regular stove, but because of this particular cooktop, it requires to use a stainless pot. All right, so combine all your ingredients up very well. All right, always use a silicone or heat resistant spoon. I'm gonna touch on this as well. I think it's very important that you all know about some of these items that I do use. So here I'm going to add in 6 drops of the electric pink. That's 6 drops going in first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I start off with 6. I mix my mixture just to see how transparent it's going to be before I even add the white. If I see still a little clear, then I'm adding 2 more drops. All right. This is how you can determine how your mixture is going to come out. All right. And still so much in there. So I'm going to, matter of fact, I'm going to go ahead and add 4 more drops. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. Now, I haven't added the white yet, but I'm mixing this up. Okay. Now I'm going to add in 2 drops of white. 1, 2. Okay, so my pink look a little light. So what I'm going to do is add 2 more drops. So where I know I'm 8, 9, 10. So I got 10 drops of electric pink. Turning on my cooktop. You want to cook this to 300 degrees on your stove. For those that have been watching, you may hear a little static, and it will go away after a while. Okay, checking your thermometer, making sure the tip does not hit the bottom of the pot, because it will give off a false reading. Clipping the thermometer to the side of your pot and just putting it just in enough so that it's just inserted into your candy mixture. Okay, so we're going to cook that to 300 degrees, but because I'm cooking on my cooktop, I remove it from 250 degrees. Only because this is the cooktop. And I know I mentioned this in my video, and I'm not sure everybody paying attention. Some people are, some people not. But I mentioned this in several of the videos. Do not remove it from 250. That's only because I'm on this cooktop. You want to remove your mixture at 300 degrees on your stove. For all the supplies that I am using, it will be in the description box up under my video. So at this time, I'll break away to go right into the Q&A portion of this video. And before I take any questions, let me talk and touch on a few things. Let's touch on why am I adding 3/4 cups of water opposed to a 1/2 cup of water that I normally do, because that's part of my recipe. Okay, this is a half recipe. I'm using a half recipe for teaching purposes for the sake of this video. All right, normally when you want to make between 12 to 15 apples, a large batch, you want to use the full recipe, which is 4 cups of sugar, 1 cup of water, and 1 cup of light corn syrup. If for any reason you needed more for coverage, depending if you have larger apples, you can take half of the recipe, add it to the full recipe. That will give you a little bit more mixture to cover if you were doing more than 12 to 15 apples. And if that's not enough, you can also double the recipe. Now, I had a few people ask me, what's a double recipe? That means you double in the numbers. So you're going to double 4 cups of sugar, which is going to be 8 cups of sugar. You're going to double 1 cup of water, which is going to be 2 cups of water. You're going to double 1 cup of syrup to be 2 cups of syrup, and that is considered a double recipe. Okay, and that can cover up to almost 24 apples, depending on the size of your apples. Okay, why I use in my half recipe, why I'm using the 3/4 of water opposed to a 1/2 cup, because the 3/4 is a little bit more than the 1/2 cup. So I chose to show you all the difference and more of the mixture that you can get when you play with the recipe. This is how I created my own recipe, and that's why y'all loving this 411. Some of y'all loving this 411, but I know a majority of y'all loving this 411 recipe. But this is how I created my recipe, by adding or subtracting, and then going into the lab and practicing and making sure that it was going to stay and it was good. And that's how I created and copyrighted this wonderful recipe of mine for everybody to enjoy as well. Okay, so for that person that asked the question why, that's why. So when you are, baking and treat making is totally a science. So when you are doing this, keep in mind, don't do it just to do it. Do it and know what you're doing. Research, read, research, and review. And also take pride in what you do. I take pride in what I do and how I teach and deliver to you all. Okay? And that's the joy of it. I love it. Okay? Also, heat resistant spoon. Do not use a wooden spoon. Do not use something that's silicone on the end and then it's wood on the stick. Stay away from that. The reason being, if you're mixing with silicone at the bottom and then you got wood up here and you're mixing, that wood can get weak. Remember, this is cooking up to 300 degrees. If that wood gets weak, that's falling into the mixture, then you got a mess and you got to throw all of that away. All right, so a heat resistant spoon is what you look for to use for your candy mixture always. And if you don't have that, you can use a metal spoon. You just got a lot of candy to clean off after you're done doing all of that. But invest into a heat resistant spoon and a silicone mat. If you don't have a silicone mat, you can use parchment paper, you can use aluminum foil. Just make sure that the aluminum foil or the parchment paper has just a little bit of oil, just a little bit, not a lot. Okay, all right, so let's go into the Q&A before this mixture get done. All right, let's see what you got for me today. Let's see. Would you be willing to do more videos on caramel and chocolate covered apples in the future too? Yes, ma'am. That is to come. I love your candy apple tutorials. Thank you. But I'm seeking info from reputable source for caramel and cocoa. Not a problem. Actually, I got the best recipe, the best caramel recipe, and the best technique that will blow your mind. I know I have a caramel apple video on here already, but that is to come. I'm trying to give y'all life as much as I can, but I can only do so much, and days as I come, and I try to give you life. So yes, stay tuned for that. All right. You gonna get connected for sure. You're welcome. Can strawberries and pears be candied? Strawberries can be candied. Pears can be candied, and this is just my opinion. Everything cannot be candied. All right, for the simple reason, fresh fruit does not last a long time, especially when you put heat to it. All right. I want y'all to know I am a pastry chef. I am a sugar artist, and being a pastry chef, you have to understand, fresh fruit like strawberries, even with chocolate covered strawberries, it doesn't last too long. When you dip them, you want to make sure your customer gets them in the allotted time that's allowed. Whatever you give them, if you tell them to come in 5 days, come pick it up in 5 days. Okay. Fresh fruit don't last long, whether it's grapes or anything like that. So if you're doing candy grapes, which actually I am doing a video today for you, that was going to be a surprise, but y'all is on it. So later in a couple of hours, I am dipping candied strawberries. Okay, but know that fresh fruit don't last long. So strawberries, grapes, pears, plums, don't expect for it to last long for it to be sold. If you're dipping them, you need to sell them the day of, and they need to be gone like within 3 days. Bottom line, to serve your customer with good product and give them that disclaimer to let them know, because it doesn't last long. Okay, y'all know, y'all done dip, some of y'all done dip them candy grapes and strawberries. They do not last long. Okay. Once the candy reaches 300 degrees, how cool do you let it get before dipping the apples? What temperature do you keep it on? Okay, if I'm understanding your question, what temperature do I let it get before I dip? It doesn't matter. That once the mixture settles, I'm dipping the apple. Okay. When it reaches 300 degrees, you can dip as soon as the bubbles settle. You let your apple sit. You let your apples sit. It really doesn't matter how long your apples sit to cool. It's totally up to you when you're ready to bag them, but they have to be cool to touch. If it's still warm, don't bag them. Okay? Next question. Will you be doing a hands-on class in Miami anytime soon or at all? Well, Nisha, honey, I don't know where you've been, but yes, I am going to be in Miami September 21st. I am trying to fill the last 5 seats for Miami. We actually closed the registration the other day, but we still have it open. But if you go visit my business page on Facebook, Your Sweet Connection, send a message and my assistant will help you get registered. The class is $125, and we are going over candy apples, chocolate strawberries, chocolate covered Oreos, and cake popsicles. We talk about pricing, and we talk about contracts, lunches provided, as well as gifts. This class is from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. All my workshops are like that. So anybody that's interested, there is hands-on classes that's still available. And like I stated in my previous video, I will be in Richmond, Virginia, June 29th. College Park, Maryland, July 27th. New Orleans, Louisiana, August 24th. Miami, Florida, September 21st. I will be in Dallas, October, I think 18th or the 19th. And then Houston, October 25th. All right. So for more information regarding hands-on class, hands-on workshop, go to my Facebook page, Your Sweet Connection. Send a message and just inquire about the hands-on classes. This is my last year that I'm going to do hands-on classes through my brand, through Your Sweet Connection. Hello, hello. The 411. My apples come out perfect now that I practice, and follow the method. Thank you. Thank you. That's all it is. You have to put in practice. You have to follow. If you follow the technique and the method that I'm doing, it will come out. Don't rush the process. You don't want to burn yourself. Someone else asked, what do I prefer? To add my color at the beginning or at the end? I add my color at the end because you really have to watch the mixture. That I add at the end because that's something that I'm used to. When you're adding into the mixture, which is nothing wrong with it, it's just my preference. I do it all the time, and to be honest with you, I'm very versatile, so I can do either or. And this is how I work. If it's a particular color that I'm looking at, I may add it into the mixture because I know how it's going to turn out. Okay? I know that if I need to add more without it getting thick, then I can add more at the end. You just have to know when to do it, how to do it, and what to expect from it. So as I do this, have done this, I always pay attention to the outcome of each product that I use. Okay? So like for instance here, if I think this is not is as the electric pink that I want it to be, then I may add 2 more drops of coloring and probably 1 more drop of white. I give myself room to add more just in case I need to. No, I'm not coming to Orlando this year. I do apologize. We didn't find the location for Orlando, so I will not be coming to Orlando this year. Sorry. Okay. So, taking your mixture off the stove, off of your stove. Okay. So as I mix this around, mix this up here. And sometimes if you notice, you do this long enough, you will know what it's gonna come out to look like. So like if I take my spoon out, I see here it's going to look a little bit like it's gonna be transparent. Okay? So I already know I need to add 1 drop of white. Okay? So I want you to see what I'm talking about here. That looks transparent. Even though I put in my measurements, still look transparent. So I'm going to add in a drop of white. 1 drop of white. Don't go crazy with it. It just needs a drop of white. Okay? Okay. That's why I say the pink can be a little tricky, especially with trying to achieve these highlighted colors. All right. So I'm going to dip one. All right. Going in, tilting your pot, going and rotating it. And I'm rotating it more because I'm trying to use up this mixture. Because all I do is just throw it away, y'all. So. And that is your electric pink. Okay, let me hold this up. All right, let's see them pink hearts for that electric pink. All right, scraping your bottom. And placing it right onto your silicone mat. All right. One more time. See how many minutes I got. Scraping this out of the pot. And placing it right onto the silicone mat. You clean out your pot just by adding water to the pot, adding enough water to your pot, and just let it boil out, okay? Until it becomes liquefied, all right? Also, I wanted to share, like with this rose pink by CHEFMASTERS, it comes out just like the electric pink. If you follow the method and technique, you count out 6 to 8 drops first, okay? Start out with the numbers that I have been giving y'all in the video, and then it gives you room to add a few more drops. Don't drizzle, okay? This is the purpose of me doing these videos, so that you won't drizzle so much coloring into your mixture and then you come out with issues. But with the rose pink, you can it'll get close to electric pink. And also, if you change it up and do white and then do 1 to 2 drops of pink to get that lighter pink color, that baby pink, or that baker's rose pink. So this is a great example. This is baker's rose. This is supposed to be like a lighter, softer pink, right? I used it before and I added it to my mixture and then added in the white. It did not give me that baby soft pink that I was looking for. It was almost like this color pink here. So as I learned and went on, that's when I added the white first, and then you add the pink to get those softer colors. And that's with any color that you use. Okay, so like I said, pink can be a little tricky. Just follow the methods and techniques, get some practice in, and it would definitely work out for you. But like I said, I use all brand of coloring. I have so much color that I use because I know what the outcome is going to be. And just, just to have some difference in product. All right. So I will take a few more questions and we will end this. See, I was drizzling like, oh, somebody said I was drizzling. If you was drizzling, and see, that's the thing. That's the problem. Because I used to do the same thing. What I'm teaching y'all is nothing but experience that I have done. I done researched. I done practiced. I done look, I'm not new to this. I grew to this. It was levels. It's levels to this. If you really want to do candy apples and you really want to perfect them, put into practice, follow the techniques and method. Everybody have their own way of doing things. I'm not saying I'm perfect. I'm just teaching you what I do and what I know. Okay, and what works for me. Okay? Also, um and that's what I used to do. Drizzle, drizzle, drizzle. And always used to wonder, why is my stuff getting so thick? It's too much coloring. You got to remember it's a gel coloring. Whether you add at the end or you add in the beginning, it really is not a difference. I just went so many years with adding color at the end. All right. Um, let's see. Another question. Watching and learning from you has elevated my business. Thank you for everything and looking forward to learning more. You are welcome. Blessings to everyone that has blossomed into their greatness. Appreciate it. Can I clean apples today and dip them? You can, but it's risk behind that. Okay. I always educate everyone to clean. Okay, you can dip in 24 hours. I'm not saying you can't, but you are going to have some risks. And I'm just going to be honest. Sometimes it works. I have done it myself. I have dipped in 24 hours because somebody wanted some apples, or I was too tired and or lazy to even get up and get started on them apples, and I cleaned them and wiped them down until it was good enough to dip. But somewhere on down the line, pinholes started to show up and they started breaking down. And if you want them to last long, follow the cleaning process. They will last long. But if you do it in 24 hours, they don't last for months and or days or weeks. It's not. But it's up to you if you take that risk to do so. But if you clean in 24 hours, yes, you can dip, but I don't recommend it. I like to serve my customer with the highest quality that I can provide. No worries, no stress. Someone said, I'm not trying to have a business, but I do it for my loved ones, and your tutorials are the best. Thank you. I appreciate that, Andrea. 6 to 8 drops in a full mixture. Great question. Yes. 6 to 8 drops, you want to start off in a full mixture. All right. You can mix if you're not sure, and it depends on the color. Purple is much darker than pink. So you may only need to use 4 drops. Check out my purple video. You will see what I'm talking about. The same for red. Okay. If you give more drops in red, it will get a little bit darker. So this is why I'm doing these videos, so you can see how many drops I'm actually doing. And I don't go no more than 12. Okay. Also, I want to let you know, Wilton icing colors you can use. Hobby Lobby colors you can use. Someone asked, can you use the food coloring from the grocery store? Yes, I used to start off with that. And the only thing with the colors from the grocery store, you have to use so much of it. So you probably putting in like 15 drops of that coloring and then adding a bunch of white. So gel food colors is the safest that you want to work with. All right, a few more questions, then I can go. Thank you so much for sharing and not being stingy. Your knowledge, that's amazing. So confidence, dog. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you for your love and support. Hey, Taji. Thank you for your love and support. I truly appreciate each and every one of you all. All right. Someone said, girl, I tried your caramel apple recipe and Lord, it was awesome. Thank you. You welcome. You must be in my, are you in my chocolate factory class? Or are you talking about the one on here on YouTube? When you say recipe, that means you did the from scratch recipe, right? Someone said I haven't been using way too much mixture. Someone said I want to try this. Where did you get this kind of stuff? Oh, check out the information that will be in my description box up under this video after I end it. Okay. One last question. Where do I get the white at? You can order it from Amazon or get it from your local bakery supply shop. It's totally up to you where you want to purchase it from. But it's CHEFMASTERS white, and it works great with combining the color and bringing it out. All right. So once again, I thank you all for joining. Thank you all for your love and support. You new to my channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Make sure you hit that notification bell to get great videos like this, to be on point, to know that I'm on. You got to hit that notification bell, y'all. All right. Stay tuned. Stay tuned for some great gifts and prizes that's coming your way. So hit that notification bell to let you know your girl is on. Leave a comment in the comment section below letting me know. And please come with some ideas. Let me see some hearts. Let's get this video to 500 likes. Let's see some hearts in the comment section letting me know y'all love these series, or do y'all want me to stop? Y'all want me to stop these series? I'll stop. But I thank you all for joining. Y'all have a great day. And guess what?